Hi, I'm Lear Gilwaters. If you like my mommy's show, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Welcome to Life with the Spectrum. I'm Gina Cavalli. You know, north, south, east, and west of the city, there are people, organizations, foundations who go above and beyond serving individuals and families who live life with the spectrum. And I'm so happy and honored to be sitting with Claire Dees, who is doing just that, the executive director at Spectrum. How are you today, Claire?
I am great, and I'm so excited to be a part of this today.
I am so too, because, you know, you were voted #1 in Gwinnett County, and it's all because of the autism support, the education, and the resources. Can you tell a little bit about what it is Spectrum does?
Yes, so Spectrum Autism Support Group is a support group, but we are so much more than that. We provide support, education, and all kinds of resources for families and individuals impacted by autism, and not just Gwinnett County, but the surrounding metro area. We serve over 1,500 individuals with autism each year.
Wow, that's a lot of families.
We do camps, day camps, overnight camps, support groups. We do social skills groups. We do respite programs and all kinds of fun, free family events, as well as community education and training for local churches or businesses or anyone who wants to learn how to better include people with autism.
Do you find yourself needing volunteers for this?
We depend on volunteers. We use probably over 300 or 400 volunteers each year, and we love student volunteers. Families can come out and volunteer together, and we have many opportunities all on our website to volunteer.
What is that website?
ATL with a hyphen, spectrum.com. Check us out.
When I was over at your website, I found something very intriguing, and I know our listeners and viewers are going to want to know about it too. It was the neuro-diverse couples counseling. And just hear me out really quick. I know that more and more adults are getting diagnosed with being on the spectrum, and then it's like, oh, that's what's been going on this whole time. And many of those adults are married to neurotypical people. I would be remiss if I didn't ask for this special viewer, what does the neurodiverse couples counseling look like? Like, walk me through an hour or however long it is.
Okay, it's one of our newest programs and our fastest growing program right now. So if you find yourself in a relationship with a partner married to a person on the spectrum, maybe diagnosed as an adult, maybe they're not diagnosed, it's just suspected of being on the spectrum, and you're struggling with communication, maybe sensory things in your home, meltdowns with a partner, you know, who is on the spectrum. Neurodiverse is kind of like the new word. It includes autism and other neurodiverse things going on with ADHD. So sometimes a spouse will say, my husband has ADHD, but I think it's more. I think he may be on the spectrum, but I need to talk to someone. I need to figure this out because we're struggling in our relationship. COVID magnified that with many people at home with a spouse all the time. So we started it 2 years ago during COVID. I would say maybe twice a year, I would have someone ask me, do you have a group for spouses? And I would be like, I would love to start that group. I just need a facilitator. So I have a licensed therapist. She's a family and marriage therapist who's now certified and licensed in neurodiverse couples therapy. And she is excellent. Cheryl Rhodes. She's based out of Atlanta. And she can also not just facilitate these hour-and-a-half meetings that we do virtually twice a month, but she can also provide one-on-one therapy, counseling for the couples themselves at an additional time and rate, which is very small rate. So we're getting ready to start in January with a new couples therapy group. We can handle 6 to 8 couples in a session. And then we offer a session at noon and at 7 p.m. the third Wednesday of each month. And it quickly became an international group. People attend from all over the world because people have found there's not support like this offered very many places. So we're all about filling in the gaps in supports and services. And this is a gap that we've realized that there are not many of these opportunities. So people are just so grateful to know that somebody understands what they're going through and that they can not feel like they're going crazy, but it's a life that's unusual for them with not many people to talk to about it. And usually families don't get it. And then trying to explain to a family why your spouse is not able to sit at the Thanksgiving table the whole time. Maybe they want to escape to a quiet room or do something on their phone or on the computer and having to explain them, you know. And so it's been really helpful for these couples to be able to get together and talk to other spouses. So the first group we have is for just the typical spouse. And then the second group is for the couples together. So we're offering both. And we have a Facebook page just for them, and they can get on there and talk and share resources. It's a private page.
What is that?
So it's a private page. So you have to email me or be a part of our group to be included in that. But it's a great way for people just to ask a question of other spouses out there or share a resource. Or right now, there's so many media opportunities. There's movies, there's TV shows with characters to be able to say, hey, have you seen that What About Adam movie? That is my spouse, watch it together with your spouse and y'all might have better conversation about what that means to be neurodiverse. So anyway, it's very exciting to be able to fill in that niche and that gap that exists right now. So
I know so many couples who are looking forward to now getting on and trying to get with this neurodiverse couple counseling. When we get back with Claire Dees, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the respite programs and the monthly programs that Spectrum has to offer. Welcome back to Life with the Spectrum. Sitting with me today, Claire Dees, the Executive Director of Spectrum, all about autism support, education, and resources. Claire, you mentioned some of the great day camps and summer camps and respite programs and family camps. And don't you have something like a family fishing day too?
Absolutely. Yes.
It sounds like all of the programs that you offer just run the gamut. Tell me which are some of your favorite to be included in on.
Oh my gosh, I love them all. And whatever the current one is, that is usually my favorite. But the family events that we do offer during the year, they're free, judgment-free, free fun, foods provided, activities. Volunteers are trained a little bit about autism. So nobody's looking at you if your child is having a meltdown or squealing or flapping or whatever they're doing. But we do a fishing day that draws about 300 people each year in June in Swanee, Georgia. You have free fishing, bait, poles provided. We have lunch, bounce houses, pony rides. It's just a fun day for families to come out, and people drive from way around Metro Atlanta just to come to that fishing day event. And I think we're in our 17th year for the fishing day coming up in June 2023. And it's a very popular volunteer opportunity for that one. We do an egg hunt. We partner with the city of Norcross, and we have about 250 people come out for an egg hunt with bounce houses, sensory areas, the Easter Bunny, photo opportunities, free lunch, and all of these events attract quite a diverse group. Gwinnett County is one of the most diverse, I would say, in the country. And you know what? You don't have to speak a language the same to come out and enjoy a fun family event. And many of our kids with autism don't speak at all, right? So it's just perfect for the community to get involved and see how they can support us as well. We do probably a
wine tasting for the adults.
Yes.
That wine tasting sure sounds yummy.
We have a pool party in the summer. We do a wine tasting event, which is a fundraiser, but also for adults. We do a mom's day out with massages for the moms and crafts and a speaker coming. And our family camp is for the entire family up at Camp Twin Lakes, which is really a great fun family weekend where they can do zip lines and archery and boating and fishing and arts and crafts and just fun things with their family in a safe, contained environment. And they're doing things that typical families get to do, but in an environment where it's totally judgment-free. And one of the most important things is this is where families can connect with one another, where you can meet other families that have children like yours and make friends, that you might be able to do other opportunities together for recreation in the community without Spectrum being a part of it even. So connecting families with resources and with one another is key for us.
Is what we do. It's what we do. Now, tell me a little bit more about the Starshine Gala. I know that's a very big fundraiser for Spectrum, correct?
We just completed our second annual Starshine Gala. I love that you've done your research. You know all about us. So the Starshine Gala.
My husband would say that I stalk my guests. I just get on and I read up about it.
Well, it helps me not ramble. So the Starshine Gala we had 37 local businesses nominated that are employing people with autism. And our focus is to celebrate and recognize the area businesses that are doing that well and give them a little attention. And we did special awards for them. But then it was an event where families could attend, the business owners, people that are interested in employment in our community, and how do we engage people with autism? So we have a speaker, inspirational speaker, a little silent auction, fun networking opportunity. The networking is the most powerful part because the companies are talking to each other, or families with companies about getting their child a job. And then we do free training for them. It's on our website. We have a lot of free webinars. You can check them out on our website. But the employment series is specifically for employers to learn how to better work with people with autism, how to make it successful. What are those tips and strategies? And so all during the year, you can nominate people, nominate businesses. We'll recognize them, let them know we have these free resources. And we also provide 2 hours of free consulting with any business that wants us to come out and observe maybe an employee, they're struggling with a particular issue. We have professionals that can come take a look and say, you know what, you might try this, or you might modify the way you have them do this, or maybe they need the instructions a little shorter, fewer instructions. Maybe you need to demonstrate better what they're supposed to be. How do you make it successful? And right now with the employment situation we're seeing, shortage of staffing, this is the perfect time for people with autism to step in and have those opportunities.
And it really is. We are living in 2022 where more companies are becoming more diverse, and they have to be inclusive for people with disabilities and with challenges. And when we get back with Claire Dees, we're going to find out a little bit about this Autism Inclusion Symposium that I heard about. Stay with me.
Hi, I'm Lear Gilwaters. If you like my mommy's show, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Welcome back to Life with the Spectrum. I'm your host, Gina Cavalli. Sitting with me today is Claire Dees. She's the executive director over at Spectrum. And when I was reading, we were just talking about more companies becoming more inclusive and more diverse in their workforce. What is this Autism Inclusive Symposium that I read about on your website, Claire?
No, 2 years ago, we did do an Autism Inclusion Symposium. It was a statewide event, but that's kind of in the past. So,
well, we should bring that back because you know what? As we were just talking, more and more, companies are hiring inclusive, diverse workforces. So this would be the time to bring that back and maybe get some people on board with this. Now, Claire, tell me how you guys get your money over at Spectrum, because I understand you just purchased a new building, correct?
We did. We're so very excited about having our own space. We've been using area churches and other spaces for 24 years. So in our 25th year, we're going to open our own facility in downtown Duluth, Georgia, the new Spectrum Autism Support Center. And the sky is the limit of what we can do now because we'll have so much time and space that we can start new programs. So one of our first programs we'll be starting is going to be a program for youth, 15 to 25 years old. Those that have high ability level, maybe they got a high school diploma. They could maybe go to college. They could definitely have a job, learn to drive, live on their own with some support, and they fall in the cracks. There's nobody offering a program for them. So it'll be Spectrum Summer Transition Academy, and it'll be a 6-week intensive program where they will come for 6 hours a day to our facility and have training around social skills, job preparation, college applications, even instruction on dating or relationship building, and even a little bit of life skills, where often these individuals have missed some of those that they've been so focused on getting that diploma that they've missed learning to do things like cook a meal or do their own laundry. So we're very excited about that new program that we'll be opening up because we see a real need for something for individuals in that age group, but in that ability range. So in our summer day camps, we serve individuals all age and ability, but it seems like when they get to that high school age that they're less likely to come to a day camp. So this will be more focused on their needs and hopefully make a difference for them as they transition into more independent living.
Oh, that sounds so wonderful. I have to tell a funny story off the record. When Claire and I were chatting prior to this interview, we were talking about how I really thought it was important to try to bring some sort of dating to our young adults on the spectrum, because it is so hard. And oftentimes they become very reclusive as they live at home with their aging parents, and they just, for one reason or another, don't actually get out and about like they should. And I thought that we should bring some sort of speed dating event because there are young adults and everybody wants to find love. However that looks to someone obviously might be very different. But are there any plans, since we chatted about that maybe we could bring this to life? Because I think it would be a great idea. Someone could donate a bar or a restaurant, a little area where we could bring 20, 30 young adults from all over Metro Atlanta to meet up with one another, and they can ask the fun questions, just like neurotypical what people would do on speed dating. Give them 2 minutes, ring a bell, and they move on to the next one.
I'm going to count on you to help me with this. Okay, all you have to do is give me an idea of something we need to do, and nobody else is doing it. I'm like on it. So I've already got a restaurant that's willing to host after hours. I have my team, my very small part-time staff team, all over this thing. Some of them have done speed dating. So when I started talking about it, they already knew how to do it, what to do, how we can put it together, how we can assess and screen the people we invite. And so we are all over it. We're going to do it, Gina. And I hope you're going to help me with it.
I love this. I'm like the idea queen, Claire. Like anybody who needs an idea for a business or personal, they come to me. I'm just like, it just comes out of me. I don't know where I have them, but they're all up in here. But I love the speed dating thing because I think about my son, and I mean, he's only 10, so obviously a little too young to date. But when he gets to that point, I want him to be as productive as an adult and successful in all areas, and to teach him, because you acquire the social skills, right, as you get a little older. But oftentimes, like I said, kids become reclusive and they don't necessarily get out in the world. And I think, that this would just be a fun opportunity. The dances, or, after speed dating, they can go out on their own, and then we can follow them and find out how successful their relationship is or was. Which,
come up with a clever name for me, Gina. We're going to do it, definitely. And part of our social skills training for teens and young adults is called Peers. I don't know if you've heard of Peers, but it's a great training. They have a whole section on dating and sexuality. So we might be able to tie it to some classes, and then training classes, and then we could offer the speed dating opportunity. And a lot of people ask me, what do you think about these online dating apps and things for our kids with autism? I'm like, I really think they're too vulnerable. I think they're easy prey for people and taken advantage of. And I think doing the face-to-face, much better for our individuals, where you really know and you vetted people and they're okay. You don't have to worry, because parents, even with their adult children, they're going to worry about dating and who these people are they're meeting, right? So if we can make it a safe and comfortable situation, I think we'll see some cool things happen with our young people. Yeah.
I think it's going to be so much fun when we can put it together. When we get back with Claire Dees, we'll find out all of the upcoming things in 2023 that we really need to keep our radars on here with Spectrum. Stay with me. Welcome back to Life with the Spectrum. I'm Gina Cavalli. Here with me today, Claire Dees from Spectrum, which is all about autism education, resources, and really just the support that our kids, our families, our young adults need. Claire, when it comes to money, how can we get more of it your way?
You can go to our website and make a donation at any time, atl-spectrum.com. We welcome donations of supplies. We have a wish list, an Amazon wish list. If you want to just check it out, pick something to send to us. Cool. With our new building, we have lots of needs, things like flat screen TVs, and we'd love to have a fire pit, but also things for our playground for the kids, sensory room items, and just craft supplies. But we also take gently used things like gently used cars, dolls, things like that. No stuffed animals, but any kind of small toys that we can use in our summer camp programs, our day camp programs, our respite programs. So you'll see a list there on our website, but we love financial donations as well. And right now there are a lot of opportunities for us, even with naming a room in our new building, if you want to make a nice size donation. With a capital campaign is really revving up now, and we're trying to raise $1.5 million to help pay off the building. So we are about a third of the way there. So any help would be appreciated to help us get there. We'll be celebrating our 25th year coming up this year, and doing maybe some extra events to help raise a little money, but also to celebrate.
I love this. And you think about all of these Georgia homegrown companies, from Delta to Home Depot, who could probably supply you with the whole playground if they wanted to and could. I mean, this is a call to action to all of the businesses right here that are local and homegrown to Georgia to get behind something that's local and homegrown here in Georgia, including your kids. So definitely head over to atl-spectrum.com and make those donations, make a difference. Claire, are there any other things that you want to talk about coming up in 2023 for Spectrum?
I just have to say, even listening to our young adults and individuals with autism, even they say this is the tip of the iceberg when they see us starting with a building. Even they see the opportunities. One of my young men wants to have a train club. We sit right in front of a train track. So we're going to have a train club where they can come. How many people with autism love trains? Many. So we have individuals who want to come out, watch the trains on the porch. We'll have rocking chairs on the porch. We just finished a campaign to sell rocking chairs for the front porch and just sold 15 chairs to help pay to pave our parking lot, which is a requirement by the city of Duluth. And so parents can hang out by the fire pit and visit and have a social time while their kids are on the porch watching trains. And, there are apps on their phone where they know when those trains are coming and they know the names of them. They know all about it. So we wanted to create as many clubs like that for social opportunities. We have a Lego club, a technology club. There's all kinds of clubs we could start with this facility. So that will probably be some of the first things we'll be seeing in the next year is different social support clubs for our kids where they have a common interest and they can get together and build friendships. All of our kids, they want to have friends like anyone else. They just don't know how sometimes. So if we can create that environment and help facilitate that, it means everyone has happier, more successful life when you have those social connections. And our families are often as well isolated, and then they connect with other parents. I mean, our drama club, one of my favorite groups we have, the drama parents have their own social support group, and they go out to dinner while the kids are rehearsing, and they become the drama club parents, and we have other opportunities to do that as well, so that people have, those connections, they don't feel so isolated, and they have hope to know that my child can have a life in the community. So that's our goal.
It looks like the future is so, so bright for you, Claire, and for Spectrum. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Talk about being a force for good. Spectrum is where it's at. And there's a reason they were voted #1 in 2021, right? From the day camps, the respite programs, the family camps, the summer camps, you name it. They've got programs for everyone. And don't forget, if you are married to an individual on the spectrum, that neuro-diverse couples counseling, she says it's just stacked and packed, and there's 2 monthly meetings virtually every month. So you may want to make sure you're going over to their website and checking it out. It's again, atl-spectrum.com. Thanks again for joining us here at Life with the Spectrum. In 2023, we look to open the doors to many more organizations, foundations, people, and families that are really living life with the spectrum. And we so thank you again for coming in and checking out a show. Until next time, we live life with the spectrum. See ya.
Bye.